Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Palm Springs Unified School District regular meeting. Today is February 11, 2025. And first, if anyone in the audience required a headset for Spanish translation, please raise your hands and a device will be provided to you. Por favor, si alguien en la audiencia requiere algunos audífonos para traducción al español, por favor levanten su mano y un auditivo se le va a proveer. Welcome to the Palm Springs Unified School District regular meeting of the Board of Education. Today is Tuesday, February 11, 2025. I will now call the meeting to order. Can I get the roll call, please?
Board Member Girardi? Here. Board Member Cornett?
Here.
Board Member Irvin?
Here.
Board Clerk Jarrell? And Board President Espericueta?
Here.
And tonight we have Student Board Member Rodriguez Nunez?
Here.
And Student Board Member Silvernail.
Here.
Item 6B, Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Kimberly Rodriguez. Please stand. Item 6C, mission statement. Our mission statement will be read by Kimberly Rodriguez.
All members of the Palm Springs Unified School District are united in our commitment to equity. We create deep, meaningful learning opportunities, build professionalism, and engage parents and community to ensure success for all students. All students graduate with the skills, capacities, and confidence needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world.
I will read the mission in Spanish. Todos los miembros del Distrito Escolar Unificado de Palm Springs están unidos en nuestro compromiso con la equidad. Creamos oportunidades de aprendizaje profundas y significativas. Creamos profesionalismo e involucramos a los padres y a la comunidad para garantizar el éxito de todos los estudiantes. Todos los estudiantes se gradúan con las habilidades, capacidades y confianza necesaria para tener éxito en un mundo de cambio rápido. Next item is item 6D, land acknowledgement. Our land acknowledgement will be read by Suraida Silvernail.
The Palm Springs Unified School District acknowledges the Cahuilla as the original stewards of the land on which the Palm Springs Unified School District facilities now sit. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work with the indigenous people in this place. We pay our respect to the Cahuilla people, past, present, and emerging, who have been here since time immemorial.
Thank you. Item 7, report as closed session action. Claire Girel, are there any closed session action to report?
Board President Espericueta, yes, in closed session, the board took action to release the following administrative employee from their administrative positions and reassign them to classroom teaching position pursuant to Education Code Section 44951, effective at the end of 2024-2025 school year, and directed the superintendent or designee to send out appropriate legal notices. Employee number 212449, administrator on special assignment, reassigned position, teacher. And the roll call vote was unanimous 5-0. Additionally, the board met with its legal counsel and property negotiators in closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8. We decided by a vote of 5-0, the board provided direction to real property negotiators to finalize negotiations and a purchase and sale agreement with Ann Taskett, and Steve Lederman, proposed seller, for the proposed purchase by the district of a building located at 1247 South Gene Autry Trail, Palm Springs, California 92264, as identified in the closed session agenda, and to bring the final purchase and sale agreement back to the board for consideration at the next available board meeting.
Thank you, Claire Guerrero. And item 8, approval of agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Move for approval.
Second.
Any discussion? Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item 9, public comments. Claire Guerrero, have we received any electronic comments?
President Espericueta, yes, we received 2 electronic comments which have been distributed to the Board of Education.
In-person comments. All comments are to be directed to the board. Be under 3 minutes and shall be devoid of any personal attacks. Members of the public are expected to maintain a professional courtesy decorum during public comments. Board members do not respond to public comments. We have public comment right here, and I would like to start with Samantha Henry.
Good evening. My name is Samantha Henry. I am a sophomore at Palm Springs High School, and I've been attending Palm Springs for 2 years now. And there's not a lot of people around my school and around the valley that look like me. And a Black student population is smaller compared to others, and I've always had to learn about my own history on my own. And so that I don't feel uneducated about my own history. So it's kind of unfair that Black history in school rarely goes beyond Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks. And even with that, they don't even get to tell their full stories in our society, in our schools. So having an AP American Studies as a course, not just as an option, but also is accredited as a U.S. history class, because African American is the United States history, would be a meaningful step towards inclusivity and educational equality, and would make history in our valley. Thank you.
Next speaker is Jervis Cranford.
To the board, superintendent, and the rest of the staff that are here today, thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'll be speaking on regards to the AP African American Studies course. This course has been under development for a long time, many months. I feel turning this course into an elective demonstrates that those responsible for this decision may not fully appreciate the rich contributions African Americans have made to our nation and the world. They appear to be focused only on the grim history of slavery and segregation. If this assumption is wrong, and I hope I am wrong, why doesn't the course count towards U.S. history credits as initially planned and written? What the Palm Springs Unified School District Board is seeing today might differ from what was initially proposed. The original course description showed how it aligned with U.S. history graduation requirements. When presented to the African American community, opinions were mixed, but overall there was recognition of the necessity for such a course. Palm Springs Unified School District, now is not the time to relegate this to an elective, especially as many states are banning minority history and concealing historical truths. Let us lead by example and showcase that we are a district committed to improving and uplifting all, including African American youth. Unlike a decade ago when our district had a high rate of suspension and expulsion among African American youth, this was something that was not only in the state, in our county, but nationwide. As working with the community in various areas, I have worked with youth with the Black Student Union. I have worked with youth through the Community Center at the James O. Jesse Center. I have worked with youth for special assignments. I have worked with youth through my Rotary Club. I have worked with youth on many different areas and have seen the need of history of all kinds and not just limited. It is time to make history for the right reason and not a time to hide it. Thank you for this opportunity.
Next speaker is Yar Bray. Bray.
Good evening. To the PSUSD Board, Superintendent, and faculty. My name is Jarvray Crawford, and I am a proud alumna of the Palm Springs Unified School District and a graduate of Palm Springs High School. During my time as a student, I had the privilege of serving as one of the district student board members for my high school. I went on to earn my bachelor's degree in political science from the California Baptist University and now work in legal compliance. I stand before you today to advocate for the inclusion of African American history studies as an advanced placement course rather than an elective. African American history is American history. It is woven into the very foundation of this country, yet it has too often been marginalized in our educational system. Offering this course at the AP level not only gives students the opportunity to earn college credit, but it also reinforces that this history is just as significant as the other AP courses currently being offered. As a student in this district, I often found myself in a position of having to educate my peers about the aspects of history that were missing from our curriculum. I continue to encounter this gap in understanding even as an adult, one that could and should have been filled in the classroom. Education about diverse histories and cultures can sometimes be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. It fosters empathy, broadens perspectives, and helps create a more informed and inclusive society. I'm incredibly proud to be a product of Palm Springs Unified School District, a district that has always aimed to equip students with knowledge and opportunity. I urge you to continue that legacy by ensuring that our curriculum reflects the full, rich history of this nation. In a time when social and cultural awareness is more important than ever for this district to be on the right side of history, I ask that we please take a step forward. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Sanaya Towner. Sanaya? Sanaya.
Good evening. My name is Sanaya Towner, and I am a senior at Palm Springs High School. Throughout my 4 years of high school, whenever Black excellence or Black history is discussed, it's often reduced to a quick surface-level lesson. They don't talk about trailblazers like Madam G.J. Walker, who created a line of hair products for little Black girls and boys who look like me. They don't mention Bessie Coleman, the first Black woman to fly a plane. They overlook Phyllis Whitley, the first Black author to be published. They don't speak about Chinua Achebe, a Nigerian novelist and professor who majored in literacy. We don't discuss Wed Du Bois, an American sociologist, historian, and civil rights activist. As a young African-American woman, I believe Black excellence deserves its full recognition. It shouldn't be brushed to aside. Too often when a topic comes up, I see students yawn and disengage, and that bothers me. But can I blame them? They've only been taught the same two figures their whole life. When culture celebrations like Cinco de Mayo or Day of the Dead come around, they are acknowledged and discussed and even incorporated into assignments. So why is Black history treated differently? Make it a class where we learn the full truth about our ancestors and where we come from. Teach us about the struggles my people endured to pave the way for me and so many others. Even if the lessons are difficult or uncomfortable, that's okay because the truth matters. I am now a senior, which means I will not have this chance or opportunity to take this class. But I have a little sister that will be starting high school next year. I want them to have the opportunity that I never had and the chance to truly understand and appreciate history that shaped them. I understand that some people may not want this to pass, but I ask you to take a moment and truly consider, why is this a bad idea? Who is this harming? I stand on here to speak behalf of my brothers and sisters who both share my skin color and my passion for change. I speak for those voices who have been silenced and overlooked. I have never been afraid to speak my mind, and I have never shied away from fighting for what's right, and I will not stop now. Once again, my name is Sanaya Towner, a proud African-American woman. In the textbooks we're giving, we learn about the changes of white historical figures that have been made and the impact they've created. But where are the stories of black leaders, innovators, and change makers? Why aren't their contributions given the same recognition? Making an elective class knowing that students who do not look like me will not take this class is setting it up for failure. You guys, when we talk about history, we call it white excellence. Then I should have the right to learn black excellence with the ability to choose which history I want to study. Education should be about representation and giving all students the opportunity to see themselves and the lessons being taught. Who are you guys to decide what history matters? Who are you to tell me that U.S. history
Excuse
and
me.
world history?
I'm so sorry, Miss Towner, right? I'm having to just ask you to please wrap it up with your last comment or sentence. Oh, I did, didn't I? Okay, then, so,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Thank you.
When slavery is discussed, it's always told from the perspectives of those who own slaves, not for the ones who endured it. The voices of the enslaved, their struggles, and their resilience and perspectives are overlooked. By offering African American studies, you are giving students who are genuinely interested in an opportunity to expand their knowledge. I want to go into another topic. At Palm Springs High School, we recently had a committee named WASP come to our school where black students talked about the struggles they had at the school. When we talked about them, we were called loud, ghetto, and we were talked about by students, administrators, and teachers. That's literally unacceptable. They should not talk about students like that. We have only one person at Palm Springs High School having our back and supporting us. That is unacceptable as well. We have been trying to throw an event. We've been shut down, shied away, talked about. And all of a sudden, people want to help because our voices have been quote unquote heard. It's unacceptable. As a black student, I should be able to feel comfortable in my skin. I shouldn't have to hide it. I shouldn't have to tone my tone down because somebody else does not like it. They had another meeting today. We were shied away from it and did not give the opportunity to speak. That is literally unacceptable, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
When I restarted it, it was 3 minutes, but I just want to make sure I don't make the same mistake with the next person. Oh,
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, I'm just glad that I learned that. Thank you. My apologies, Miss Towner.
Okay, up next is Dr. Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. Signore, Board of Directors. I was so proud of Palm Springs Unified School District's stance and solidification of its status as a sanctuary environment, a commitment to protect all kids, populating the many schools and classrooms in the district, a stance during some very difficult and divisive times, finding its origins at the very top of our democratic structure and ultimately trickling down to smaller institutions. For the 70+% of your constituents, there should be high praise and accolades. Palm Springs Unified School District on a smaller stage also took a diverse stand in its commitment to build equitable structures and opportunities for all kids by creating the very first African American AP course. Kudos to Mr. Thorson. This would cement its commitment to providing culturally appropriate pedagogical opportunities for students that look and experience differently than the 90%. An opportunity for college goers to achieve A through G status while connecting culturally. Why this is important? Please allow me to be vulnerable for 1 minute. When I left Palm Springs High School in 1990 and I moved to San Diego State, embarrassingly, I thought African American literature was literature written by Africans. Yeah. At San Diego State, I gained a deep love for African American literature while I engaged with the likes of Phyllis Wheatley, W.E. Du Bois, Dunbar, Hughes, Morrison, King, Walker, and Richard Wright. My learning became powerful and it really found direction. An experience that was not offered inside the walls of Palm Springs High School. So when I heard about your offering, I was excited. I was excited for not only the students, but I was excited for you guys. To hear that Palm Springs Unified School District may take a step back by no longer offering this AP course as an A through G opportunity may be cause for concern. I was unable to construct a viable reason for this potential decision. This decision will directly oppose the initial message of hope and your pledge to challenge the status quo. So I'll close with the messages that are perceived by one of the oldest communities to attend these public schools. Number one, after speaking to many community members, they're not important. Number two, the promise to offer an A through G class was simply an offer to appease. Number three, because the course is no longer offered as an A through G opportunity, students will no longer elect to take the course because it does not have an A through G status. Why would you take a college course if it didn't serve as a vehicle to get you to college? Number four, because of your decision, this class will not have the participation to sustain it. Number five, as a result of number four, the class will simply go away. And last, this was your intention in the first place. I don't believe that, so hopefully we can make it right.
Thank you. Up next is the speaker is Eric Thorson.
Hi, my name is Eric Thorson. I'm a history teacher at Palm Springs High School, Palm Springs Unified School District. This is my 11th year teaching U.S. history for Palm Springs Unified. I've taught the 8th grade version, or the 8th grade class, the 11th grade class, the 11th grade A-Push class, 11th grade Edgenuity class in summer school. Right, I was here for the distance learning. Right, I'm very proud of the district that I worked for the past 11 years, with the response to COVID, with the response to everything, the times that we're in, and everything. So there's that. I'm also here on my own time. There's no time card for anything that I'm doing right now. I'm doing what I'm doing because I think this is a historic opportunity for Palm Springs Unified. I've read the course description for the AP African American Studies class. I think the class is a great opportunity for our students. I think everything I've seen suggests that students do better. All students, black students, white students, all students do better when there's a more inclusive history, history from different perspectives. I think more kids should be able to participate in this class, or the more kids that can participate in this class, sort of the better. Core class would be better. Prospect High School and Campbell Unified or Campbell Union High School District has it set up that way up in Santa Clara, California. The College Board, who administers our A-Push test, which our kids take year after year and get high school credit for the class, whether or not they pass the test or not, and right, the College Board, the same one that has the AP European history test that we gave world history credit for years and years in the district, right, so there's that, and since I'm a history teacher, I got to leave you with some history facts for, it's February, Black History Month, right? So, Black history did not start with slavery, of course, Egypt, Nubia, Axum, Great Zimbabwe, the city of Benin, the walls of Benin, right? The walls of Benin, one of the largest man-made structures in history. Ghana, Mali, Songhai. These are all things. I've seen where I've seen a lot of history classes. I've never seen what I see in the AP African American Studies course. Anyways, the added reading, writing, speaking, and listening that our kids are going to do by approving this class is going to benefit all of them. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, Marisol Hernandez.
Good evening, board. My name is Marisol Hernandez. I am a senior from Cathedral City High School and a student in one of our CTE programs, the Digital Arts Technology Academy, also known as DATA. Within DATA, we open up a space to give students a sense of belonging, allowing them to access a creative outlet and express themselves through digital art. Through DATA, we offer a membership in Skills USA, a career and technical student organization that prepares students for the workforce. I am here to talk about both my experiences in both organizations. I've been involved in Skills USA for the past 3 years now. And this year, I am serving as the chapter president. As president, I must ensure that our academy stays consistent throughout the year to provide our students a valuable time in DATA. At the start of the year, I stood before my peers and committed to ensuring that our academy would continue to host engaging events. I'm proud to say that our officer team has successfully followed through with that promise. From the fantastic turnout at Spooky House, an event created by our officer team to showcase students' work, to our annual holiday party, I saw strong participation and great energy from all our students. Additionally, I wanted to encourage more students to get involved in Skills USA. I'm thrilled to report that this year, we've seen a remarkable increase in participation. After hosting a Skills USA kickoff, we managed to spark interest among our freshman class. As a result, we now have 5 times the number of freshmen competing compared to last year. There are 55 potential qualifiers for the Skills USA state competition within the academy. With the help of my advisors, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Camino, along with my officer team, we strive to keep this outstanding participation consistent for years to come. I have no doubt that my officer team will continue to achieve greatness in the coming years for the academy. Together, I believe we can all make a positive difference in students' lives. This concludes the end of my comment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker, Juana Beverly.
Good evening. I stand before you today as both an advocate and a witness to the pain African American students and families endure. They have spoken up, pleading for dignity, respect, and the right to belong. In 2024, September, at an APAC meeting, students bravely shared concerns about chronic hate speech on campus, words that wound, isolate, and degrade them. The issue was raised before this board in October, yet no action was taken. By December, students poured out again their hearts, detailing the emotional toil of racism in their schools. By January 2025, their suffering was still just a future agenda item to this board. This is not urgency, this is neglect. Yet we have seen what true commitment looks like. On December 17th, 2024, this board acted swiftly and rightfully so to protect immigrant students, declaring schools as safe zones. The message was clear: schools must be safe for all students. But are they? Are they safe for Black students facing racial slurs in the hallways? Are they safe for students told their history is unimportant? Are they safe for students shushed, dismissed, and ignored as they were at a recent meeting at Palm Springs High School? These students came hoping for understanding and change. Instead, they were silenced. What does safety mean when it's conditional? What does belonging mean when it only applies to some? This is not just about fairness, this is about mental health. According to the State of Mental Health for Youth of Color report, 49.3% of Black youth report moderate to severe anxiety. 53.3% experiencing depression. 42% endure racial trauma at school. These aren't just numbers, they are our students. We saw swift action to protect some students, but when faced with daily threats Black students face, racial slurs left unchallenged, being unseen in our classrooms, advocating for themselves only to be ignored. We say we value culture, yet Black History Month is an afterthought. Students asking for meaningful recognition are met with bureaucratic resistance. This district knows how to act when it chooses, but inaction costs lives. Black youth attempt suicide at rates higher than their Latino, Asian Pacific Islander, and Native American peers. This is not just about curriculum, it's about agency. It's about listening, not when it's convenient, but always. African American students deserve to be protected, uplifted, and truly included, not just in February, but every day. I urge this board to act, not with symbolic gestures, but with the same urgency we have seen for other communities, because belonging's not just a word, it's an action. Now it's time to act. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next is Walker Beverly.
Hello, board. My name is Walker Beverly. I have a daughter that graduated from Palm Springs High in 2009. I now have an fifth grader and a third grader, both who are getting straight A's. And actually, the fifth grader just got his state scores back in math, and he's got the highest score that can be scored on the math test, on the math state test. But experiencing hate in the school district is a problem. We kicked the can down the road for months to get to this day to talk about hate, when we swiftly did something when the Trump administration threatened immigration laws. It's as if we forgot about, and I don't know who was here then, the Loma Linda study, the UCLA study. Let's do better for our Black kids. We are part of this student. And as these students talk about African American history, let's remember why majority of us even here. It's because of what the Black people did. Okay, so let's act, and let's act swiftly. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker is Dieter Crawford.
Good evening, board and staff. My name is Dieter Crawford. I'm a product of the Palm Springs Unified School District. I attended district schools from kindergarten through 12th grade. Here tonight to speak on the AP African American Studies class. I think that we definitely need this curriculum within the school district. All kids in the district should be learning about African American history, culture, and contributions. I don't just think it should be AP studies in your junior year. I think we should go even further and start at an earlier age, maybe third grade, like we do with the Native American curriculum. We heard from all these people that spoke before me, even from some of the students about their experiences and how they feel in the district. I've heard from Walker and Quanah numerous times how their students feel in the district and the treatment that they feel around hate speech, specifically the N-word. So I think that it's time that we do the right thing and we lead by example and be a leader in this field of African American studies. My name is Dieter Crawford. Thanks for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Do we have any another member of the public who wish to address the Board of Education? No, I see none. Thank you. Tico, you.
Good evening, Board. My name is Patrick Henry, and I'm a proud alumni of Palm Springs Unified School District. I was born here, one of the few that was actually born at Desert Hospital, you know, and I was reared up here in this community, and I've experienced many things over the years. And when my daughter told me about the this AP and all this other stuff, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go over and support. You know, not having any clue about what was going on, because most of us dads, we just work. We're just told something after the fact. Matter of fact, my wife volunteers me all the time, you know, so, but coming here tonight and listening to all of the people, the teachers and all of our community, we have firefighters, we have people who have been helping in our education for many, many years. I'm just impressed to get up and speak. Ms. Cornett knew I even ran for school board back in 2001, simply because I wanted to put a parent on our board, someone that can actually participate, instead of people. A lot of times we have a bunch of folks that are here that have no children in our district. Once upon a time did. I actually ran back when you were running, you know. I ran the first time and you ran, and then you came in the second time, you know. The alumni were hired, you know, was reincorporated. But what I find is that, yes, we do need more things that we did a lot for this community, but for our nation also. And yet, we are continually relegated to on the sideline, pushed down, told not to speak. Our children are constantly being bullied and talked down to. I'm the coach and the president of Palm Springs Youth Football and Cheer. And that's the one thing we advocate as a coaching community, is to raise these children up, to teach them the right way. Because oftentimes these kids do not have all the folks in there to help them be built up. But we do have teachers, alumni, folks like you who sit on boards that sometimes make decisions that are not necessarily good for us. That's why we're here tonight, to ask you guys to make the right decisions, to do the right thing, step up, let's swing away, and make this a home run. Because you guys do have the power. We voted you in, and we appreciate what you do. But remember, everyone's a vote away. So I thank you guys, board, community leaders. Thank you, alumni. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have any member of the public who wish to address the Board of Education? Okay, I see none. We move to item 10, a special recognition. The governing board wish to recognize and commend the following participants at Family Engagement Center programs. We have to go down? Okay, but let me say who will be, oh, okay, we will go downstairs and with. We'll start with Leonardo Camacho, Gens Alliance. Leonardo Camacho is here. Not here? Leonardo Camacho. No? We have any from the family engagement representative that will say something about Leonardo? Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Monica Nyland. I am the office tech for the Family Engagement Center. I would like to express my coordinator, Jarvis Williams, was not able to be here tonight, and he does express his regrets. He would, unfortunately, would not able to be here. But he does want me to express to the board and to cabinet his deep gratitude for the support that you have for our family engagement programs, and especially for the individuals being honored tonight. Even though Leonardo's not here, I would like to read a few words about him for the record, as they say. All right. So this is written by my boss, Jarvis Williams, who's amazing. Thank you very much for whoever hired him. Thank you. Okay. But he would like to say that as the driving force behind the Gents Alliance program, Leonardo continues to prove himself as a leader among his peers. His commitment to ensuring his success as he prepares to graduate and transition into college, career, and life beyond school speaks to his deep investment in his future. So thank you, Leonardo.
Thank you. Thank you. Next recipient is Devon Irvin. Devon Irvin, okay. Okay. We would like to, congratulations. Go ahead. You want to read?
I think they're all the same.
Okay.
On the things.
Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. And let me say something.
A few words about him. Devin, part of King Circle, has shown incredible leadership in the King Circle program, a character building initiative that fosters peer-to-peer mentorship. Through this program, Devin provides young individuals with invaluable opportunities for self-exploration, growth, and exposure to new experiences. His dedication to supporting and guiding the youth has helped shape them into confident and capable leaders. Thank you, Devin.
Devon, do you would like to say something or recognize your family?
I would like to say that it's very important for not only myself but the community that I'm a part of to try and make an impact on the people that are around me. And I think it's really important that not only that I gain something from the community that I am in, it's very important to leave my mark on the people that I think would gain most from it.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
He forgot to say thank you to his mom and his father and his brother who's in attendance. But I just want to say thank you. This is my son, if anybody doesn't know. I am a proud father. This boy has never given me any problems. He's a wonderful kid. I'm excited. I'm happy for him, and I look forward to the future, and I love you, son.
Thank you.
Felicidades, Charlie, congratulations. Okay. Next one is Desiree Garmon. Congratulations. Would like to say something.
Now a few words Desiree, who I hear that she is amazing as a parent volunteer. So thank you. Desiree goes above and beyond to support the work of the district's Family and Community Engagement Department. Her selflessness, enthusiasm, and commitment to supporting students and family have made a lasting impact. Her volunteer efforts are an invaluable asset to the community, and she continually demonstrates the true meaning of collaboration and support. Thank you very, very much, Desiree. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I am a transplant to Palm Springs from Los Angeles, Inglewood, specifically Inglewood and Linwood. I've been here now about 12 years. It's always been on my heart to volunteer. This past 12 months or so, I've really taken it a step above to make sure that I'm available. I'm asking if help is needed around the district. So I'm trying to be a good example to my son as well, to be a community service provider, a volunteer, help build up the community any way we can. And I'm a school bus driver, so you guys may have seen me around at Catherine Finchie and whatnot. All right.
Thank you. Congratulations. Next one is Madison Ott. Okay, you would like to say this.
Madison is a part of our Jazzy program. Madison has made a profound impact on student athletes throughout this Jazzy Sports Leadership Program. Her ability to help athletes develop leadership skills both on and off the field has empowered them to become more than just athletes. They've become leaders in their communities and future fields. Madison's dedication to developing strong, resilient leaders is evident in the success of the program. Thank you, Madison.
I just want to say that I'm grateful for everyone that is in my life and that has helped me in everything that I do. I'm just glad to be of help anywhere I can. I love to participate, and anytime they need me, they just call or text, and I'm there. I'm just glad that I can help them and give back to the people who help me.
Thank you. Congratulations. Yeah. Okay. Okay, next we move to item 11. Our student board member report will be presented by Zoraida Silverner and Kimberly Rodriguez. At first, we have Kimberly from Cathedral City High School. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. Here is my February report for Cathedral City High School. So to begin, here's an overview of what I'll be presenting today. I'll give a little recap of some events we've had recently, sports highlights, and then a little bit about what our school is doing for Black History Month. So to begin, here's an event. We had an honor roll hot chocolate where students who received honor roll were able to get free hot chocolate on a Wednesday morning. Here we see some students enjoying their hot chocolate as well as their certificate. Next, we had all of our winter ball things. So we started the week with with our Spirit Week, of course, with things related to Greek mythology, as that's what our winter ball theme was. It was a night on Mount Olympus. And then we have pictures of our Spirit Week, as well as our rally and our dance. Next, we also wanted to report on our WASC report and our upcoming IB certification visit. So our WASC report happened on Monday, February 3rd. We had our one-day mid-cycle visit. Our WASC chair was excited and was really encouraged about what was continuing to happen on campus. And we have our IB certification visit, and it is a 3-day virtual visit happening February 18th to the 20th. And we have worked hard to ensure alignment with IB and our school-wide and district learning goals, and we're looking forward to feedback on our progress. Moving on, this week we have our Kindness Week that our ASB sophomore class has been working on. And today, Fancy Being Kind Day, we actually made Valentine's cards during the ASB room to give to a retirement home. Here is an event we had just yesterday, was our Clip Kickoff 2.0, and here we see there's a bunch of clubs presenting to have more members. Here we have a little bit of our sports recap. We have had a lot of senior nights. For soccer, we had both our senior nights for boys and girls. Our girls actually have a game this Wednesday at 5 p.m. We also had our basketball, boys and girls also having their senior night, as well as our water polo. And I'd like to give a big congratulations to our water polo as they made history by making it to the quarterfinals on Wednesday. They're making it to quarterfinals that they'll have on Wednesday with the home game against La Quinta. And lastly, we have our wrestling team, who again have also been doing super well this season.
Happy Black History Month.
Sorry. Well, before I get to the Black History Month, because it'll play automatically when I go, it's a clip from one of our BSU members, because we have daily announcements, and each day we have a little fun fact about Black History Month, so I'll play it now.
Happy Black History Month. From BSU, here's a Black History fact. For those who love the Super Soaker water gun should love Lonnie Green. The Black American was an aerospace engineer for NASA who invented the popular toy.
And apart from this, I wanted to say that the BSU and our equity ambassadors are actually joining and collaborating to create a week full of workshops on racism awareness, promoting empathy, equity during mid-February. So that's also in the works. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly. Up next, we have Suraya from Desert Hot Springs High School.
Good evening. Here is my January to March update. So first, I'll go over our agenda. I'll be talking about our winter sports and teams, our community involvement, and then our general events. Introducing our winter sports and teams. Our girls soccer team and boys basketball team has had an amazing season. Our girls soccer team has gone 8-1 in league and has taken the league title and are currently advancing to CIF this weekend. Our boys basketball team has gone 9-0, undefeated for the first time in history, and are now Sun Valley League champs. Now on to our community involvement. USB has just hosted our second blood drive in January, and we have gained over 50 donations. These donations go to Livestream Blood Bank, and we see through that all donations help give to those in need. In March, we will be beginning our feminine hygiene drive. The proceeds will go to Say House of the Desert, and we do this in honor of Women's History Month and provide to young ladies in need. Now moving on to our general events. We just finished up our most recent event, our Eagles Got Talent. We had over 300 guests in attendance. We had so many performances and vendors and an amazing Spirit Week. We have heard amazing things from everyone who attended. In celebration for Black History Month, we have begun our acknowledgments of our wonderful African American staff, along with promoting our Black History Month facts on historic members in the community. We do so every single day with one fact a day. We are now looking forward to our annual Taste of Soul event that depicts African American culture. With so many vendors and performances, we cannot wait to see what this year's show has in store for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Soraya. Next is item 12, presentation. Dr. Cohen.
I am very pleased to introduce our Coordinator of Educational Technology, Bhavani Patel. She will be providing our educational services update this month, all around all of the great things they're doing in tech.
Good evening, board. Good evening, superintendent. Good evening, cabinet, and everyone else. Thank you so much for your support and time today. My name is Bhavani Patel. I'm the coordinator of education technology. I am a part of ETIS, which is the Educational Technology Information Systems. I work with other departments, data systems, network, whatnot, and our ed tech committee I'm the coordinator, and I have 2 instructional technology TOSAs that support me. So we work along with the director of technology, Mr. Will Carr. Today I wanted to talk to you about 2 initiatives that we wanted to make light of. So I wanted to bring up and show that we have esports program, which we've had for a quite number of years. We're excited to showcase and continue because this is a place of community for them. It's not just electronic gaming where they play games online. And essentially, I wanted to showcase what we're working on also is our artificial intelligence and education, our AI initiative. And so we're going to be going over both of the programs that we currently have and what we're hoping to build. Let's start with esports. So Desert Valley Esports Alliance. So this is in all our middle schools and high schools. The students have an ability to join the after-school program, and they have different pathways that they can learn. So within esports, it goes beyond just video game. They get to go into, if they wanted to go into shoutcasting, or if you are into graphics. So there's different pathways that are associated with esports, and so we wanted to make sure that we continue to provide the opportunities for our students. I wanted to highlight some of the data points that shows how our esports kids are doing. So essentially, I was able to work with our data systems team and gather data for the last 3 years, looking at attendance and GPA and average GPA. And so if you look through, you would be able to see that from 21, 22 to 22, 23, and 23 to 24, esports GPA has been higher and there's been more days present. The students come to school more. And so I also wanted to make sure that we include and show how inclusive it is. And here are some demographic data points as well. So again, you can see that it is inclusive of more students are able to join based on their passion. We do work through with our high schools to make sure that this is available for them to join. So we, during rush weeks, we work with our coaches to make sure that students know that this opportunity is available for them to join. This goes through and shows the trends that we discovered for overall average GPAs for students within these demographic groups over 3 courses of year. Obviously, we've had esports, I want to say we started it in 2018, so it's been here for a while. We obviously, with COVID, there was a little bit of a decline, and then we're trying to bring it up again. And so essentially our big motivation this year was to work with our coaches and our high schools to join during Rush Weeks to recruit more participants. This graphic summarizes that overall esports involvement correlates with better GPA and attendance compared to non-participants. And so I wanted to highlight PSUSD esports has been in the front, as in for our COE, we've won quite a few tournaments. So this recent year, Rancho Mirage High School took the first place for the Super Smash tournament, and they were granted scholarship money for the students to apply for college. We also are working with our high school, so I can say our 4 comprehensive high schools are a part of the NASEF CIF, and so essentially they're competing beyond just our school district. We're hoping that we can get them to compete against our neighboring districts, and we can build a whole Desert Valley Esports Alliance, but they are being represented and playing well in Riverside County as well. So overall, to sum up the esports initiative, that it goes beyond just video gaming. It's a safe space for them, it's a community, and it's a support system for them. So this is something that they come into, and it doesn't have to be that, oh, I am a gamer, so I have to do this. There's many other aspects in esports that allow for the students. Our second initiative is our artificial intelligence, AI initiative that our EdTech team has. And so this is basically our guiding principle that human intelligence makes artificial intelligence work for education, because as we all know, AI is out there. And so what we want to do, our objective is to make sure that we are preparing our students and our staff for the reality. And so this is basically our process that we're working on right now for PSUSD. We're working with the AI committee on establishing ethical guidelines, making sure that we're having security measures and privacy measures in place. We're going to be creating training modules, again, not only for teachers, but for all staff and students, because there are AI tools that can be implemented into our daily work life. We'll be piloting programs and then gathering feedback with this committee that we have, that the Oversight Committee for AI. We'll be working with them to constantly be getting feedback to refine our practices before we scale to a district-wide implementation. And I wanted to share kind of our roadmap with you for PSUSD AI. This is for 24-25. Essentially, we have drafted a policy with ETIS and Ed Services. A cabinet has reviewed it. We are working with an AI committee in going through and developing and kind of refining our guidelines and practices. We'll be doing a pilot of AI programs, and then basically starting with PD, professional development for our AI training for our pilot school sites. And then going forward, this is what it looks like for 25-26. In the summer, the EdTech sessions will be provided by my team, and we would provide summer trainings in AI for anyone that is interested to kind of get that skill set. August to September, we'll kind of report to the cabinet and give a board update of where we're going, because with anything, there's always things that we need to kind of refine and change. So essentially, these are our plans kind of going through of we're building it, and then we're going to be refining it. And going through, basically, AI is not going. So essentially, I can't.
24 left on that shot clock, touching on my 5-5, and now she back at your top 5, shooting my shot.
Thank you. And so I just wanted to kind of go over that. We're prioritizing these initiatives specifically because we aim to empower our students and staff at PSUSD and kind of go through and be ready to go for what our world is now. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Just quickly, the presentation that you gave is out in the lobby?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. And I just wanted to tell you it's great to see where we're going with technology and the different things that you guys have available. Thank you for your hard work, and I really look forward to seeing our district go in that direction.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll echo my colleague here. I'm always impressed with our technology department in Palm Springs Unified. You guys do a wonderful job. Thank you. I'm just curious on this AI training. Is that for teachers?
So we would do, because there's tools that teachers can utilize, but there's plenty of tools that all staff members can, because essentially we want to make sure that we're providing the support for all students and staff.
So for students, and I don't know if this is your purview, but what are we doing to teach them how to use AI ethically?
So that's one of our key structures of when we go through and we pilot. We're going to be working with the teachers on how to work with the students, and then when we work with our pilot schools on a pilot program, we would work with making sure that we teach them how to use AI. As in, even if you're using it, how do you give it credit, and then ethically and all of those things, and data privacy and whatnot. So essentially all of it would be customized PD that we would do when we move forward with it.
Great, thank you. I agree with you. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's going to be the way of the world, so we better learn how to use it properly, for sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you to our technology department. It's always been something that has shined in Palm Springs Unified. Really glad to see that we're hopping on the AI bandwagon, and that our students will be taught and informed how to use it ethically, and also teachers. I think it's important, and maybe some of our departments are even using AI. I'm not sure if that's something that maybe business services uses, or you're what? Okay.
I was just saying we do already use in our purchasing departments by reading over our contracts specifically to how we've trained it, so it understands that it's got the correct amount of insurance and all of the indemnity clauses that we require and so forth. So we've trained it, and it does wonders for each of those contracts, because we get hundreds of contracts a year. So.
Oh, that's great to hear that.
No
Thank
more
you.
Question? No. Thank you. Thank you. Next item is item 13, board members' comments. Do we have any comments coming from the board? Board member, if we can start. Gerardi?
I have a lot. First of all, I want to thank all the people that came out with the public comments today. It was obviously heartfelt, and I sensed a little frustration on their part, and hopefully that's something we can address very quickly, and I'd be in supportive of that. I did get to attend the spelling bee for briefly, maybe an hour and a half or so. I saw the first 2 rounds, but I want to congratulate everybody that was involved in that. I wasn't there for the end. I would have been kicked out in the first round anyways, with subtle. I forgot the silent B. So, that's my spelling skills. I got to see Hairspray the other night at Musical Theater University. Congratulations to David Green and his team. What a cute play. It was really wonderful to see, and I really like that program. There's some morphing to it that I'd like to see happen. Maybe adjust some things, but personally, what a great program we got over there. Thanks to Jeff and Dr. Signore and my fellow board member Karen. We had a 2x2 with the City of Desert Hot Springs today. Again, I've got to report we have a very, very good relationship with that city, and hopefully we'll keep that. For people that are watching, we open the track for the community. We open the tennis courts for the community to use. So it's really a good partnership. And to me, it's all public funds, and why not? Let the public use it. And I also got to hear a young student from Desert Hot Springs High School, Naeem Noriega. He gave a speech honoring Black History Month, And he really talked about how we should be celebrating history, our culture, and unity in our community. And one of the things that stood out is he really stressed the importance of when you feel unheard. So I think we really got to start listening to each other intently. And so we're all heard and we're all respected. That's all I got.
Excuse me, I too would like to thank the people that came tonight, and I do hear you that it is really heartfelt that you have opinions and they need to be heard. Not only did we hear from parents, but we heard from students and staff, and it's always good to hear from that. I think the board and the staff want to do what's right for all of our students. We want to get it right, and this is our opportunity to do the right thing in regards to eliminating hate speech, and also in providing an AP African American history class. I do have a question as, can we request the UC and USU, Cal State University's system to approve the course as meeting the American history requirement, and also for it would graduate and meet the A to G requirement? So, I mean, that would be a question that I would have.
May I respond, Karen, about that? Okay, so the Advanced Placement African American Studies course that is being brought for approval tonight is an A through G course, and it meets the A requirement, which is UC and CSU.
So it is an A to G requirement?
Yes, it is, and it meets the A.
And does it meet the American history requirement?
Right now, due to the content of the course, it is as an elective because there are certain standards that we need to align with the framework.
Okay, would that be like moving forward in the future that try to align it?
Definitely, we can do that.
Okay, thank you for that. Also want to thank our student board members for your great presentations tonight. It's always great to hear what's going on at our high schools. I was able to attend the Every Student Succeeding Awards along with other board members. Also attended the 15th Annual Black History Committee Awards Gala. The committee did honor community members and companies for their contributions to our community. On February 4th, the board did participate in a study session on plans to improve student achievement and an overview of the district's initiative to eliminate hate speech. So we did work on that day. And after our study session, the board and district administrators visited Catherine Finchie Elementary School and Kauai, which was just really fantastic to see how happy our kids were at those two schools and all their great programs. I would like to thank Manhattan and Ryan Saunders and their staffs for the great tours of the school. We also went and visited nutrition services and reprographics, and boy, are those two great departments that really provide needed services in our district. And I did get to attend the Cathedral City High School girls water polo team's first round of CIF playoffs. They won their game, and they also won their second game, so they're on to whatever the next phase is, quarterfinals. And I was able to see the musical theater play too, and I think it was really Hairspray that it is a good message to send to the community also. And then I attended the last night the APAC meeting, and they always have such great discussions, and I really appreciate that. And they talked a lot about Black history, and also today that we participated in the 2x2, as Mr. Girardi mentioned, and I think we have a really good relationship with the city of Desert Hot Springs, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I also attended quite a few events. Can you guys hear me? Okay. So on February 1st, I went to the Palm Springs Mizell Center, and they had an event called Our Voices, Our Stories, and they had local authors as well as famous authors who were there that had books that were contribute to Black history and African American history. And the celebrity that they had there in attendance was Jennifer Lewis, and she did a really good job speaking about dealing with bipolar. So she had a mental disability, and she spoke about her mental disability, and a lot of people didn't know she was dealing with that type of situation in her life, and she made it exciting and fun. I also, on February 1st, attended the 15th annual Black History Gala with at the Hyatt with Karen as well as Sergio and our superintendent. It was a great event. It's always wonderful to see all of those people there in attendance and hear all of those wonderful awards that we have in our communities. Next, on February 4th, I also went with all the other board members, and we went around to the schools, and that was my first time actually going into a commercial kitchen. So it was great to see all of our food, how it was wrapped, how it's put into place, and they were actually making salads with their hands. And so that was great to see those beautiful salads that we normally see in our schools and different things. They're actually made by someone else's hands. So I want to say congratulations to all of those people in those departments, and thank all those teachers and administrators that we rushed around. It seemed like we went about 10,000 steps. It was so much. We were on the go the whole time. We went to all of these different schools, and that was great to do that. Also on February the 6th, I attended the Palm Springs opening for Black History at the museum in Palm Springs. If you have the opportunity on Thursday during Black History Month, there will be special events that go on at our Palm Springs museum. So if you get an opportunity, please go out. It's free for you. February the 10th, I also attended the APAC meeting with a couple of the board members. And like Karen said, once again, it's always great. We have wonderful meetings. We have great turnouts. And that leads me to my next statement. And that is, it's always interesting from the perspective of a parent as well as a board member with trying to navigate the process of trying to be the best that you possibly can. As a parent, my son, who is 8 years old, has been called the N-word before. And it's not the first time that he's been called that already from at the age of 8. So he is 8 years old, and he's been told that twice at his school site. So I completely understand what's going on at the district. Our parents, our community is really speaking out to us as a board, as a committee. They're asking for you guys to take a real serious look at the issues that are going on with our students. It's not just the students. It's not just coming from the parents. It's coming from administration. It's coming from teachers. It's coming from principals. There is something that we really must do as a district to see as many people as we actually had here in the audience with such a small population of our African American students mean that it's not just happening to one parent. It's not just happening to one student. It's not just happening in one classroom. If a student tells our district that the student is being bullied because of the color of his skin, and that this parent finds a letter where a young student is contemplating suicide, it is something that we really must take serious. And I like to be proud. I like to say that I'm for Palm Springs Unified School District, and I represent the best district. But if we continue to turn our backs and not deal with this issue, we will have a terrible situation in our district with our students and parents.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shelly.
Okay. So first of all, we had some students from our high schools who are so passionate about the same subject that Board Member Irvin brought to light, and the courage that it took for those young individuals to come before us is magnificent. They didn't know what they were coming to and how they were going to work to talk to us, but they had the strength and they had the dedication to come and speak. So for all of the people that came to us, I think it's more than we hear you. We know it is time to take action, and that is my viewpoint. Tonight you see me with a black hat. I seem to start collecting hats, but tonight I wear this hat in memory of a former board member in Coachella Valley Unified. Her name was Marge Freeman. She died this past month at the age of 99 years plus 5 days. And she was one of my biggest supporters, and she and her husband, Bill Freeman, if you're ever heading toward the Salton Sea, you'll see the marker that honors Bill Freeman as the highway improvement person that created the 2 highways, lanes going south and 2 highway lanes going north, because it was called, and is called, Killer Highway 86. So this is for Marge Freeman, and I am so honored to have known her, and for 16 years she worked on the Board of Education in Coachella and inspired me. So I just want to say how inspiring we are to many, many people, and that that's part of our mission and our I guess our passion. Being with many of my board members here at all of the events, especially the Every Child Succeeding event, the spelling bee, I was a judge, and I have to say that Robin Hinchliffe, Nancy Stewart, Jessica Whiteman, Catherine Dean, they all did such a beautiful job for our students. And what was new to me, that in this district, compared to other districts, all 40 or more than 40 participants were allowed to participate in the bee, where in other districts we only allow the top champions to go into the final B, the District B. And so congratulations to Juniper Donovan, the winner, Nellie Kaufman. Facetious was her word, and I can't even write that correctly, but I did get to see our board member author February 1st at the Palm Springs Library and meet or see the speaker, the African-American author. They call her the National Treasure, Jennifer Lewis, and learn more about writers. Also, we had our board work day, filled schedule, as the board members mentioned, being in nutrition services here at Reprographics. I want to give a shout out to all 3 schools that we visited, campuses. Over at Catherine Finchie Elementary, Matt Hammond, we got to see a LIPS presentation, which is it is a program that is designed to teach students phonetics and phonics, universal design for learning, a bridge lesson, writing. We saw University of Florida Literacy Institute materials. Then going over to Kauai, I just was so ramped up because with Ryan Saunders and his staff in the hallways, our thinking maps, math posters, explanation of writing, multiple writing samples, performance tasks, word studies, opinion writing samples. And, you know, we do so much on computers that for us to see things in print, it's exciting to see where people get to share it and see it. Then we went on over to DLA, Desert Learning Academy, and saw students in a drone class. And I want to say thank you for the expansion of the drone program and the technology programs and partnering with Cathedral City High School and Palm Springs High School. We are excited about a drone fest coming up in March, and we're saving the dates, coming to our district. So if you want to volunteer, the person in charge is right over there in that booth, Will Carr. And yes, and again, going to Hairspray, the APAC meeting last night, but I didn't have school yesterday, and so I had a chance to go to Bubbling Wells and be part of the great performance and see and hear the 5 entertainers that were dancing with disabilities. And when you ask the students, what did you take away from seeing this performance, they said they liked hearing their stories. And one of the performers had a comforting dog in the back, and the students were very respectful, and I think they appreciated what they were learning about through dance. So gratis to everyone that was involved in that program as well. Teachers of the Year for the entire district, congratulations. Let's see, what else do I have? I think that's it. And thank you again, everyone who came tonight, our student board members. Appreciation to you as well. Good to see Philip. Oh, he's gone. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Board Clerk Guerrero. Okay, I will be very briefly. Also, I attended in the January 29 the Palm Springs Leadership Association Student Succeeding Award. I would like to thank the school district administrator for this great event, recognizing the student, motivating them to continue working hard. It's very impressive how all of the school districts do, and this is the season that we found. We know that is a lot of events available to understand or to recognize the whole school district employees in general, that what they do for the student. And in the January 30, I usually tend to attend the LAC meeting because that's a committee represents like the 30% of the students for the English learner, and they have all the time good topic, good support from Robin, the director at the LAC. Thank you for everything that they do for our students. Also, I'm attended in the first, the 15th annual Palm Springs Black History Committee Award Gala. I leave a little bit early, but I have been in those events before, and all the time I'm very happy to be there and see. It's a big event. It's like more than 200 attendees. Yeah, thank you all, everyone, for supporting a student. And also in the February 4, I attended with our board members the special meeting, board works day and board site visit. And also by the end, we end the day finishing doing the agenda planning. It was a long day, but was good experience that the board member, they already shared the experience about visiting the school, the central kitchen. All the time is good to, and maybe in the future we can include probably community members to visit the school facility or school site. Thank you. In the February 5th, I attended the event in the Cabo Yerna Yerxa Elementary School. And that was also good event. They have a student performance. They have the resource like that the parents or family engagement department, and many another activities, food, music. Was good events. And also in the February 6th, and I attended Adopt the Art Assembly with the guest was Taylor Hicks in the Agua Caliente Elementary. That was a 1 hour event and ran quick because he performed the guitar, he sing, he performed the flute, the flauta. It was a very professional artist, famous or very famous person. Thank you for supporting our student. February 9th was the Super Bowl. that was interesting game. And yesterday I attended the APAC Zoom meeting. Usually that meeting is 1 hour long, but yesterday was almost hour and a half. With not stopping, most of the meeting was presentations to know more about the African American history. About they concentrate the presentation in the region, talking about Section 14 or another good contribution that made the African American community. Thank you for that. And with that, I end my comments. And next item is item 14, student board member comments. Do our student board members have any comments that they would like to share? You will start.
Hi, I just wanted to say, first of all of the people who came up to give a public comment, I think it was really important, as well as the presentation we got about AI. Hearing all of the voices of the students and the teachers is a little disheartening, honestly, to see all of the suffering that I might not see from my perspective, and it is really sad to see. And I'm really glad that they have the strength to say things, to come out and say things, and kind of unite, because I feel like it's something really important. And I'm just really happy that they were able to do that, to have that strength. Also, the presentation regarding AI. As like a student perspective, I've seen how much it's growing among like my peers, and so it is, I think, really important again that schools take initiative in thinking like, how do we implement this, because it's not going to go anywhere, but how do we implement this in an ethical way. I also wanted to thank some of the board who attended to our IB Sunnylands event. We had our event last month and it went really well, and really excited, and we're actually going to have another Sunnylands event next month. So when we next month, you'll see my presentation that will include that as well. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, is it on? Okay. I would like to first extend an invitation to the entire board and those who are watching to attend Taste of Soul on February 21st. It will be held at DHSHS, and we'll have lots of vendors. And then next, I would also like to add that I am very fond of the Stop Hate Speech campaign, and my USB team and I are currently working on racism educational campaigns to bring awareness at our school. And then second, I would also like to thank those who came out and spoke on behalf of African American culture and their bravery. Coming from a Hispanic majority high school and family, I think it is very important to incorporate all minority education in all of our curriculum. And also, as somebody who was severely bullied throughout elementary school due to being triracial, I want to completely agree with Mr. Irvin, and I appreciate the sense of urgency, and I hope that this is a call of action for all. Thank you.
Thank you, student board members. We move to next item, item 15, superintendent report.
Thank you, President Espericueta. One of the things that one of my kids, when they heard me do a superintendent report, said, "Papi, you talk too much." So I'm going to keep it very, very brief. But I do want to say to everybody that came out tonight, I don't know if there's really much more that I can add that our board and student board members have already very eloquently stated, other than very much appreciate everything that you said. We may not always get things right, but we're not going to shy away from the issues, and we're going to continue to work and we are committed to getting it right. So thank you all for being here tonight. I do want to thank, and excuse me for being a little under the weather and losing my voice here, but I'd also want to recognize and congratulate our entire HR team for a phenomenal job fair on Saturday. I think we had over 250 applicants, was that correct? That came for a very well-organized job fair. Our HR team did a great job. I also want to thank all the administrators that took a Saturday to be here to interview those candidates. I had an opportunity to meet and greet several of them. It was such a pleasure to see that eagerness and excitement of those teachers from all over that really want to make a difference in the lives of our kids. So great job, Mr. Hill, and to your entire team for an outstanding job. They're under great leadership, so keep it up. And speaking of great leadership and relationships, I want to echo what Mr. Girardi said about our relationship with Desert Hot Springs, and just want to publicly thank Chief Henson from Desert Hot Springs Police Department on his recent retirement. Chief Henson has had, during his tenure, a very good relationships with Palm Springs Unified in the entire city of Desert Hot Springs, and so want to wish him all the best, and thank you, Chief Henson, for everything you've done. And that concludes my report. Senator Beavers.
Thank you, Superintendent Signoret. We move to item 16, board action items. 16A, approval of salary and employment agreement of coordinator, special education staffing and development, OE 4.4. Is that here? Yeah.
All right, good evening. Thank you, Board President Espericueta, esteemed board members. I'm pleased to recommend Ms. Jennifer Avner for the position of Coordinator of Special Education and Staffing Development. Ms. Avner, if you'd join me up here, please. Ms. Avner attended UC San Diego for her bachelor's degree, Brandman University and UMass Global for her special education credentials and master's degree, and National University for her administrative services credential. She has been an employee for Palm Springs Unified School District since 2018, serving in the roles of functional life skills teacher, mild to moderate, and RSP special education teacher, and currently is a teacher on special assignment with special education. Her supervisor, Ms. Dyson, Director of Health Services, has said the following about Jennifer. Jennifer is an excellent team member, always willing to lend a helping hand and collaborate effectively with colleagues. Her creativity and innovative thinking have brought fresh perspectives to our work environment, and her hard work and positive attitude have been nothing short of inspiring. Again, we're pleased to recommend Ms. Avner for the position of Coordinator of Special Education Staff and Development. Ms. Avner, is there anything you'd like to say to the board and anybody in the crowd that you would like to introduce?
Hello, good evening. I would like to thank the superintendent and the board of directors and also cabinet for this opportunity to serve our students and our community. And of course, I would like to thank my family, my parents, my husband, and my children. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve the following employment agreement? Employment agreement with Jennifer Avner, Coordinator at the Special Education for Staffing and Development, Salary Schedule 223, Column 4, Step 1, Effective Day, TBD. Can I get a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion pass 5-0. Congratulations. Item 6B, approval of certificated and classified employees transition, OE 4.4. Can I get a motion to approve 16B, please?
I'll move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Motion pass. Item 16C, approval a new middle school and high school course description for the 2024-2025 school year, OE 10.
Sergio, is there any way we can pull this item to have a discussion?
Or motion a second and then we start the discussion, yeah. Can we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, now we can have the discussion, yeah.
All right, so
Go ahead,
with discussion, as we've seen, we've had quite a bit of discussion about the issue with the AP course. And so, listening to you, Simone, you said that with this course, it's a possibility to get this to be not an elective. How long is that process before it is not an elective?
We would have to work with our department leads as well as curriculum advisory and to ensure that all of the content of this course aligns with the California framework before it can be considered the class that you can take for U.S. history for that grad requirement. Now it meets grad requirement now for elective, and it's advanced placement, and it's weighted. So there's additional credits that you get for that, taking that course. But as we're just beginning to implement it, we need to take our time and ensure that it aligns with the framework. So I can't necessarily say it's a month or 2 months or anything like that. But what we do want to do is ensure that we get it onto the course catalog immediately so that students can begin signing up or registering for the course for next year.
And see, the only issue that I would have with that is, as it is an elective, sometimes the students will not take it as serious. I would hate for this class to be rolled out, and it gets rolled out and it doesn't get the participation that it deserves, and it happens to go away from our school. And is this only at one school?
Yes, right now it's at Palm Springs High School.
And so
it was submitted by Palm Springs High School, and it is an A through G course. So it aligns with the UC and the CSU system for the A area for A through G.
And so, I guess, so for me, with listening to the people that have spoken, the teacher that has spoken, I wouldn't, if it's something that we need to do to take our time to get it correct, I would rather get it correct to where it is to the likings of what it needs to be for the public as well as the teacher. And so if this is something that we need to put on hold, maybe that is something that we need to do until it reaches that complete point. Because for me, this is part of listening to our students, our family, our parents. And so for me, this is a step in the right direction. For a while, I've seen a lot of things that we do as a district as we put things, and we'll see as we go along, and we'll move as we go along. But I would like to see this be exactly what it needs to be for everyone involved, so we can get well participation from it, and also make our families and our community feel that they're supported and their voices are heard.
All right, can I offer something? I mean, I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to do. There's no question about it. But by waiting, what about the students that are there now that want to take this class and aren't going to be there in the future when we start offering it? So we'd lose them. I would propose we consider passing this so the students that are in our schools today, or in these Palm Springs High School, that want to take this class have that opportunity, but we give them direction. We want it to be a true AP mandatory class, not an elective. I don't know what the right word is, but not an elective. We want it to be an AP class by by the next school year. So that way we don't lose it for the students that are there today, and we're working to get it to where you want next year.
Is any that proposal is any way to state that it's like the amendments or is to leave in the record?
Yeah, we could just be going to the record, right? Yeah. Give us that direction. With its approval, but for the following year, that it meets grad requirements.
When you're saying the following year, you mean next year, 25-26? Because 25-26 is what we're approving right now.
It would be the following year.
The following year.
Well, but
Yeah, so what I'm saying is if we have the time, then can't we get it right before the school year begins?
Not for next year.
It's not going to happen. This gives us a temporary solution to offer to the students who are enrolled next year. We give them direction that we want it to be what's the correct terminology? A graduating class?
Grad requirement to fulfill U.S. history, really, is what it sounds like.
Okay, so
He's asking.
We give the direction that the board wants it to be a grad requirement starting the 26-27 school year. That's the year it's going to start. Whether we give the students an opportunity to take an elective next year or not, it's not going to start. To be a grad requirement, sounds to me it's going to take another year.
And I just want to share, based on some of the comments tonight, there seemed to be a misconception that it didn't meet A through G. It does meet A through G. It's just that it's not meeting that U.S. history requirement. And that's due to it needing to be aligned to the framework, California framework. Because if you're looking at this, if you line up the standards and compare them from what was submitted by Palm Springs High School and what was reviewed with curriculum advisory and align it with what's required with the framework, that's where the work is going to have to be done.
You know, because I heard a comment, and I have to agree with it. If it's an elective, there's going to be a lot of students that won't take it. Yeah. And I think having a holistic education in history is important. And so if you make it required, then then everybody will take it. And but I think I hate to not have the class for next year for the students that are going to be graduating, let's say, and they want to take a class like
I agree.
that. So I would advocate, let's not wait. Let's approve this one with the direction we want it to be a grad requirement by the 26-27 school year.
So is there any way we can get that put on the calendar to where wait 1 second, John. Donna, you have, is there anything that you want to say before he makes the motion?
So I have this curiosity and wondering, is this course just unique to our district? It sounds like it's never been created before, and as I'm reading online, it's a new course. Its exam format is still being refined. We do have the standards for which it should be written for. Was it written in mind with being an elective only? And that was how it was first conception of it?
I was not at the curriculum advisory meeting, for all of those conversations, but it was submitted by Palm Springs High School, goes to curriculum advisory, and it was determined it would be an elective because all of the standards are not aligned with the framework.
That's it, just the standards.
As simple as that.
It's not that hard. I can find them right now. Are we one of the first districts in the nation to,
There may be one in Northern California.
But really, I'm
not the first district to have a similar course. Districts within our valley also have this course, similar, but it's an elective. However, for the course to meet the U.S. history requirement, that takes some time to develop that, to ensure that we are making sure that all those standards within the framework are being met. And also, we can look toward this as we are required to implement or have our ethnic studies course. So there's a lot that we can do, as you said before, Mr. Girardi, for 26, 27 as we're moving forward, if that's the direction that the board wants to go.
I do think what John is saying is a good route to take, because I would hate to see that kids can't take this next year if they want to take it. But I do think we do need to make it so it does meet the requirements for American history. And I'm sorry to kind of say that it wasn't presented that way, but if you read through it, it seems like a great course for somebody to take. Kids need to have electives anyway. So I would hate to say, like you said, that kids next year wouldn't be able to take it. And I don't know, no, not what I was going to say. Once it's approved as an American history course, those who have taken it previously, it wouldn't be counted, no, because it wouldn't.
No.
It wouldn't have, because the way it's presented, it doesn't cover all of the standards, and hopefully we can get to that.
Because my perception, it was very focused on the perspective and the experience of African Americans, advanced placement, African Americans in this country. However, it was not set up to truly be aligned with the framework for U.S. history. So that's what the work that has to be done,
Okay.
to ensure that that's being addressed as close as possible as we can, so that it meets the requirement for U.S. history, which is a grad requirement.
If I do agree to this, I would like to not kick the can down the road. I would like to make sure that if we're going to say something or we're going to do something, then that's what we do. So if we're going to set a date, then that's the date that we'll revisit this. And I would like to see that actually be what we approve contingent on that.
I'd like to make an amendment that we develop the AP African American Studies course to be a graduation requirement by the 2026-27 school year. And we would like at least one board meeting a month, an update on our progress. And that way we won't forget about it.
And what we'll do in C&I, or educational services, is develop a time frame and roll out for that.
Okay, is that okay?
Mm.
So did you make a motion? All right, so I'll second. Yes, for amendment.
I second the amendment.
Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
One point. Do we need to pull?
It's all together.
Vote
Will be the existing 16C with the amendment, the extra language,
We're fine.
and
We vote?
yeah, and also Charlie, we do the amendment, and I know that they are taking note, but we will revise the amendments for next meeting and to see that everything is correct, and we can make adjustment to the amendments too. Okay, please vote.
Aye.
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 Okay, motion pass. Thank you. Item 16D, approval of rejection of claim number 2024-2025-05 PC versus PSUSD 649-712 OE7. Can I get a motion to approve item 16D, please?
Move for approval.
Second.
have motion and second. Can we vote, please? All in favor?
Aye.
I
Aye.
abstain.
Motion passed. In this item 16, I want to pull the item 16H to vote separate. 16H. Item 16E, approval of expulsion cases 2024/2025-016, 2024-2025-017, 2024-2025-018, 2024/2025-022, 2024/2025-023, recommendation and finding of facts and conclusion as law, OE 11. Can I get a motion to approve item 16E to 16J except 16H, please? Can I get a motion? And then
Move for approval.
Second.
vote, please. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Abstain.
Excuse me,
Motion
board
passed.
member, board president, was there an expulsion case that you needed to step out of as well, so I can put that in the minutes?
Yeah.
You-
Would it
so-
be which one? For Charlie? My is
We have 16H,
16H.
I just need to know which other case it was for,
We need to move separate also.
so that we can do a separate vote for that as well.
Separate vote for your motion. Is 22?
22?
22. Okay, can I get a motion to approve item 16E to 16J except 16H and 16I? Can I get a motion, please? Vote, please. All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
Motion passed. Item 16H, approval of expulsion case 2024/2025-020, recommendation and finding of facts and conclusion of law, OE 11. Can I get a motion to approve item 16H, please?
Move for approval.
That is my. Yeah. Can I get a second? Okay. Vote, please. All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
Excuse myself. The motion passed 4 in favor and 1 excuse. Abstain. Item 16I, approval of expulsion case 2024/2025-022, recommendation and finding of facts and conclusion of law, OE 11. Can I get a motion to approve item 16I?
Move. Second.
Please vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passed 4 and 1 abstain. Thank you. We move to item 17, superintendent consent items. We will vote for this item in one vote. Superintendent consent item from 17A to 17J. Would anyone like to pull any item for discussion or review? No? Okay, can I get a motion to approve superintendent consent item 17A to 17J, please?
So
Move.
moved.
Second.
Vote, please. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Item 18, board consent item. 18A, approval at meeting minutes for January 28, 2025. Can I get a motion to approve those minutes, please?
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
Motion passes. Item 19, information. Information item from 19A to 19I. The board has received and reviewed this information. Item 20, suggestion for future agendas. Do any board member have suggestions for future agendas?
I would like to propose that the board bring up for a future agenda the proclamation in favor of creating a document or a collaborative writing that is against and prohibits hate speech in Palm Springs Unified School District.
Any other?
Do you agree with that? Is that how it works? Do you agree?
So
It's not a vote, it's just agree. You want to?
Yeah,
Shake your
okay.
head, yes. And then I think a second idea that's been, I think in the past years and in my mind has been the idea that we as a board, we see in our monthly meetings progress on student achievement, so that we are not just looking at data, at stop points through the year, but in each and every board meetings is where we get facilities updates, we would get student data updates and information about student achievement, because that is a priority of our board and written in our policies that way. So would you all think about putting student achievement in our discussion? Yes, yes?
It's an agenda item?
Yes, yeah. It wouldn't be a
I
study.
guess we should talk about it and see how's that gonna work? I don't understand.
Well, that's just it. That we would just think about it and then we'll discuss it. Is that okay? It's just a suggestion, right? Thank you.
So would that be put on any type of agenda for us to discuss, or how would that work?
How would that work? I know the what, but not the how.
Doing the calendar.
So I think maybe on future agenda planning with the board president, we can work that out so we can have that discussion opportunity with the board. That would be, yeah, something like that.
36.
Yeah.
Well, that would be including talking about results for the board and visiting our policy. Board member Cornett might be shaking her head. We need a board work day.
We need a board work day to go over our board policies. We haven't done that. We didn't do it all last year, and we need to do it. We should have done it sometime at our last work day, but we had other things to do. So I would suggest looking at sometime in March for a work day that we really sit down and start with results, because we always finish with results and we never quite get there. So at that time we could also discuss what kind of reporting we would like from Ed Services about student achievement. I know they take tests throughout the year, and I think they just finished some of those tests, the STAR. So getting more of an update on that, but actually sitting down and looking at results and talking about results. So I don't know, I know that you teach, so Wednesdays is a good day for you. Wednesday, Friday, and I know that, Sergio, are you
We
free
could
on
fi-
Wednesdays? That we
Yeah,
could
we
maybe
can
make
figure out.
a day in March that we could meet and talk about
We can
policies.
receive a proposal day from superintendent, then we can.
Yeah, we can come again with some proposed work days again and see where we can work with the board's calendar and try to make something work.
And also with Ed Services, I mean, they're an important part of
Absolutely.
looking at you with all your people that you have in your department, yes.
They come with plenty of data.
They
So
come
yes,
with
they'll
plenty
be
of
glad to
data,
do
but
that.
can we just talk about
Yes.
where we'd like to see kids going. Set a goal or two.
Okay.
Okay?
Next item, item 21, setting at the next board meeting. Our regular board meeting will be held in February 25th, 2025. Item 22, the brief. Student board members want to say his
I just
final
want to
comments.
publicly thank them for their comments. I tell you, those were really well said, what you guys brought today. So thank you very much on that.
Okay. Item 23, adjournment. Can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting, please?
Move for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.